Hi everyone, this is APO Sports, and today we have to talk about the hate that is being thrown in Bronny James's way. Uh, it's been kind of difficult and frustrating to see because he's being targeted for two obvious reasons, right? The first reason that he's being targeted for is that he's LeBron James's kid. I mean, it doesn't matter how he would be doing. He could be performing well, but they would. It seems like a lot of people on social media or even legitimate people are just targeting him for being Bronny James, and it has been crazy to watch and to witness. And then the other reason that they're targeting him is it gets, there's a lot of interest around Bronny James, and it's getting a ton of views, it's getting a ton of clicks, so it's making a lot of people money just to hate on Bronny James. And I don't know if the expectation is that he should be better than he actually is. So we're going to go over the last few 55th picks in the NBA draft to kind of compare performance, because I don't know if the general public has some sort of understanding that the 55th pick is supposed to be averaging 15 points a game or performing at another level than what Bronny James is actually doing. Like, he's only played 2 exhibition games. And in my observations, yeah, he's lacking confidence. But as far as everything else, like the effort, the defense, his build, like I see him next to Max Christie, and I understand people are loving Max Christie from the Lakers, but Max Christie looks brittle. Like, he looks like he'll break any second. He's not strong. So when I see Bronny in there, he can actually contain some of these players with his defense. Something that Max Christie can't do. But something Bronny James has to do, I think, my criticism for him is the confidence. He just doesn't have it. And I don't know if in his brain he doesn't quite believe yet that he belongs in the NBA. Once he does that, he's going to be fine. He's going to be better. Now, you can even see in the turnovers that he's had, and we'll go over some of the box scores here, but some of the turnovers that he's had, they've been because of lack of confidence, right? Like, if you compare like Bronny James turnovers versus Caitlin Clark's turnovers, Caitlin Clark is actually doing it because she's being aggressive. She's looking for the best basketball play. She's overly confident in the fact that she can make those passes. Bronny James's turnovers, you can actually tell it's just a lack of, he doesn't believe in his passes, lack of confidence. He doesn't even sometimes believe in his ability to dribble and be able to handle the ball. So he'll just pass it, and then in passing it, he's got a little bit of tunnel vision, and that's stress. That's stress, that's anxiety, those are nerves that are kind of hitting him up in the course of the game. So he's got a lot of expectations, right? He wants to, obviously he wants to play well for himself, he wants to play well for his dad, he wants to play well for his family, and he also kind of wants to show the fans that he can play. But I think he just has this added pressure. So once he finds a way to play a little bit more carefree, he's going to be a much better basketball player, because you see highlights of him hitting three. So it's not a shooting problem. It definitely is a confidence problem. Okay, so here we're going to look at the last few 55th picks in the NBA draft over the last, I don't know, this is about the 5-6 years, of the last 5-6 years. Uh, so we see the first one here, Nigel, I think his name is Nigel Williams-Goss. I don't know where this guy is anymore, but he only played 10 games in the NBA, and he averaged 1.4 points per game. This is really bad. Uh, I mean, right? But I haven't heard anyone go off at this player and saying that he took a spot from somebody that was more deserving with the 55th pick. Like, I've never heard this name before in my life. So let's jump to the next one. Kyle Guy, also 55th pick. I don't know who this person is. I really don't know who any of these 5 players are. But this one, 3.1 points per game. And then also look at Williams-Goss field goal percentage is 31%. Cal Guy, 3.1 points per game in 53 games. So it seems like he's been around. He's stuck around in the NBA for teams to trust this guy. to be in the game for 53 games, but only 3.1 points per game, like we said, 36% field goal percentage, 30% 3-point percentage, and then he's just a negative essentially in every aspect. I mean, all of these players have a negative BPM, so I mean, it's just really bad. And then Jay Scrub, who I mean, it looks like he's been playing like a scrub. 24 games in the NBA, 4 points per game, 1.5 total rebounds. The field goal percentage ain't bad compared to these other ones, but again, super negative BPM as well. And then you have another 55th pick, Guy Santos. I don't know who this player is. 23 games, 3.6 points per game. I mean, you get the picture, right? We don't have to go through all of them. My thing is, out of these, 6 players, and even so, Aaron Wiggins, right? He's much better than all of these. It seems like he plays for the Thunder, so he's doing okay, right? So every once in a while, you're gonna get lucky, and you're gonna get an Aaron Wiggins. Another 55th pick in the NBA in the past was Patty Mills, who went on to have a really solid NBA career as a deep bench role player. So it's not like Patty Mills was this superstar either, right? He had a very specific role. I don't think the Spurs ever called a play for Patty Mills. Oftentimes it was the third string point guard coming off the bench. So again, if you want to highlight like one specific player, that's a 55th pick, maybe Patty Mills, but that's the exercise that we have to do here. We're not talking about Bronny James taking anyone's spot. So I just think fair is fair, and other players who were drafted before Bronny James should also receive, and who have not been playing well, should also receive the same level of scrutiny. But why don't they? Because it doesn't get views, it doesn't get clicks. And then when I see that, and the sad part about this whole entire thing is that these people who are on YouTube, who are on Twitter, X, whatever, a lot of these people, I really follow them and I like their content from when they covered Kaylin Clark. Because I'm like, oh wow, they're Kaylin Clark fans. They're doing amazing coverage of what Kaylin Clark was doing. But now they are also taking advantage of the opportunity to just shit on Bronny James. So now I question their motives. Like, I really do question, like, these people are pretty much, just looking for clicks and for views. So that to me displays a lack of character, in my opinion. So now I have to double check and see whether or not these people are genuine about really liking Kaylin Clark, or just doing it because they know that it's just the cool thing to do and the thing that's going to give you views and clicks. Because now they're turning around and seeing that, oh, this type of content hating on Bronny James works, so let's do that as well. And I haven't liked that at all whatsoever. So I just wanted to highlight that. I mean, so far I've watched every game, the 2 games. Now we have another one today, but yeah, he hasn't played that well. But you know how many other Lakers in that roster who were drafted higher than Bronny James have been playing like garbage? A lot of them. A lot of them. But no one gives them the same attention. Nobody cares. Just like no one cared before about no 55th picks in the NBA draft. No one has ever given a shit about this. And now, because it's Bronny, they want to say, oh, it's nepotism. But who should have been picked with the 55th pick if not Bronny James? And in addition to that, it's just a super cool story. It's an amazing story. This is the first time that we've ever seen in the NBA father son as teammates, or even playing in the NBA at the same time. This is something that we're never going to see ever again. So I'm really rooting for Bronny. I'm hoping that he gets it, that he's able to figure this thing out. So I really hope that he figures it out. I think this would be amazing. It would be amazing if we get to see any success developing between the two, and that we get to see them sharing the court more often than not. But if not, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Bronny will understand and LeBron James will understand if at the end of the day he's just unplayable. Like, if he's going to cost the Lakers some significant games, then of course you can play him. I agree with that 100%. But I also think that you have to give this an opportunity. You have to give this a chance to actually work out. because LeBron James doesn't have that many more seasons. I don't know. I mean, this could be his last season. Maybe the next one is his last season. We really don't know. And I think he will cherish these moments, and he would want to maximize having Bronny in the NBA, not being sent to the G League to go get some development for what? Then, I mean, if that's the case, if the Lakers do end up just sending him to the G League, or the D League, whatever it is that they call it nowadays, then what was the point in drafting Bronny? I think, in that case, just leave him undrafted and then go work out and actually sign a contract with the G League, or, a different contract, something else. But I think the fact that he was drafted, that he's with the team, I think they really want to make this work, in my opinion. And I would like to see it as well. So hopefully he gets more opportunities. We'll see how he does today. Uh, like I said, so far, I like the defensive effort. And I would like to see more confident, just better confident from him. But that's it. That's really, but we'll get more into the games as they develop, and then see what happens with his development and how the Lakers manage the situation moving forward. But I just wanted to touch on this because I really was frustrated with all the hate, and to me, it's unwarranted. And the ones who are doing it just for the purposes of hating and to getting clicks is disappointing, and just tells me that those individuals have, lack character. And I tend to, stay away from people like that. So that's it. That's the video. Just let me know your thoughts on the whole Bronny James situation. And I'm not here for the hatred. So if you're just gonna, you can comment whatever you want. But if it's to hate, I don't really care for it. Unless you're gonna hate these, these other 55th picks or other picks that were below Bronny James, then I'll entertain that as well. Let's be fair. But just let me know about your situation, what your thoughts on this whole entire thing is. But yeah, that's it. We'll come up with more content here coming up, especially baseball and everything like that. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.